My name is Tubby and welcome to the first gameplay footage of Wwe 2K17. Alright, so it's really not the beat-up John Cena simulator, but holy cow, look at the backstage area right now. Look how amazing that looks. Let's just pause it. So in the background, you see Roman Reigns. That looks pretty awesome, I'm not going to lie. To be able to see Roman back there, you see Renee, you see a security worker. That's pretty sweet, and we've only just gotten started. Alright, keep going. What else do we have? He's going to pick him up. Now we have weapons pretty much everywhere. Smashing his head off of there. Look at John Cena falling backwards. And then the kick to the face. Right, he's trying to get the win pretty bad. As Cena not even... Look at the guy running away. Oh, look at him. Yeah. Wait a minute. So look at Seth Rollins climbing on top of there. And you got a box behind Cesaro. There's a nice garbage can. What is it? Like a speaker or something. So it looks like there's a lot of backstage stuff that you can use as kind of weapons. This is pretty sweet. All right, I'm going to play it, and maybe I back up a little bit, but let's see this. So he jumps right out. Look at that. And he's holding his knee because he kind of jumped on concrete. That would make sense. And he's... Whoa. Back... Rewind that. Rewind that a little bit. Look at him pick that up. That was no warping. That was straight picking it. Okay. And then he hit him. Okay. Seth Rollins, look how he just threw that down. That is pretty sweet. Like, that's... A lot of the physics for weapons in the past have been kind of wonky. It just kind of... It threw it down, but in a natural way. That's pretty sweet. All right, let's keep it going. Yo, you could go through doors. All right, Brock. Brock's got a garbage can. Gonna punch... Oh, you didn't get to see it. He's putting him against the black box over there. As Randy's chasing him. Look how he's kind of stumbling away. Into the authorities room. And Triple H. Yo, Triple H comes walking out. Randy Orton looking at him. And he's like, I'm out. Peace. I'm not dealing with these two. And holy crap. Through the TV. And the super kick from Seth Rollins. So I'm going to back this up a little bit, but wow. Legitimately, this backstage gameplay, I mean, I know it's next gen, and we were kind of limited on the past console, but this looks pretty awesome. So let's rewind a little bit, because we kind of started everything else and took a look at it. So let's take a look at the Seth Rollins stuff. So Seth Rollins is going to pick up Cesaro. I like the pickup animation. The throwing. Look how it didn't warp. If you guys remember Backstage in last gen was pretty bad with warping. That looked clean as heck. Either that or the person controlling to film this has got the best aim in the world. As he goes through, and you see the side-by-side. Now, does it switch to a side-by-side comparison? I wonder, or is this editing? I'm a little curious about that. But you see the locker room, you see the boxes everywhere, you see the backpacks, you see the garbage can, and then Seth Rollins comes in and follows him right into the room, excuse me. And then Brock Lesnar's got a garbage can. Now, he's got the 2K logo. Brock's looking pretty good. You got the backstage box. I mean, this just looks like a great backstage area. This looks like Anywhere Arena USA. This looks like somewhere I want to be. Because, like, if you guys remember, I got my start in SVR in 2011 doing Road to WrestleMania, going backstage, and people really enjoyed it. So I'm glad the fact that they have backstage gameplay even more now. The fact that it's finally back. As he bounces his head right off of the barricade. Bouncing it off again. And again, look how he bounced off. And then he kind of wobbled away. Take another look at that. He kind of backed up. Boom. And then Brock is stumble stepping. The motion capture that has to be going into this is insane. Like, all right, we're going to pretend bounce your head off of this. And then you're going to stumble away. That is crazy to me. And then you got the chair. And you got him going through the... Whoa. Look at this. They spelled the authority wrong. Authority. Yo, they spelled it. Okay, I'll tell 2K about that later. I'm too excited. I don't care. Through the door. And then Triple H is right there. Boom, just stare him down. Look at him right in the face. You got the WrestleMania poster in the background. Okay, if you're Triple H, though, and you're the authority, why would you have the poster of the match you lost? Think about that. You have the poster of him losing. That's kind of funny. That's pretty cool. And then he gets out and leaves. And then in the background, you see the 2K17 poster on the wall. That's pretty cool, man. All right. And then through the TV. So if you guys remember in the old games, I was doing some Here Comes the Pain streams. And there's a lot of stuff you could do, from putting somebody into pipes. They would go crazy. And that was an arcade game, and a lot of people like arcade games. This is more simulation-based. But the sim game has been very boring because it's been the same thing, 15 and 16. They haven't really added anything new. They've improved on a lot of the little things as far as, new finishers, comebacks, things like that. But as far as gameplay additions, nothing has been fun. It's just been really great simulation matches. With highlight reel, imagine filming back here and getting a cinematic shot of going into the... boom! Look at Randy Orton's face. You got the Lesnar gloves going at it. That's pretty insane. Bouncing off of there. And then into the... look at that. Oh! Kick to the gut. That's pretty insane. I like that. I dig this. And that's where it would end. We're going to jump on to some ladder gameplay now. So I want to know what you guys thought of that. What did you think of the Backstage gameplay? I thought the picking up weapons gameplay, it's the first thing I noticed, looks really good. Doesn't seem like there's much warping. You throw somebody into the wall, and it looks very good. Bouncing Brock Lesnar off of the box, and where he stumbles, I'm going to be honest, I am very, very happy with what I'm seeing. All right, let's look at the ladder match gameplay. So he's going in there, and look at the beautiful taunt from AJ Styles. We're just going to watch this one fully through, and then I'll go and criticize it or talk about it in a second. So he's getting thrown over the top, so he's out of the ring. Now, that's one of the things in the new triple threat matches, that once you take big damage, you're knocked out on the outside. Here, he just threw him, so he's not getting taken down. And we have a new ladder mini game. It looks like you kind of go around there, and you have to hold it in there. But look at him fighting as he's holding onto the briefcase. A lot better animation. This is probably the reason why the ladder kind of sets up right perfectly in the middle to allow mini games like this. Is you're trying to push him over, you're tapping, you're button mashing. So not just going up right away. You kind of can stall a little bit, which I dig that. Drop kick into the ladder. Oh, is this the new spot? Yeah, this is the new spot. This is where you put the ladder on the barricade into the ring. So it doesn't look like you can set it up anywhere. It looks like it's in a set spot, but I don't care. That's pretty cool. As they both run up there, just like they would in a real match. They would actually do that at some point. Run up full speed, climb that ladder, and go for the briefcase. You see he's trying to grab it. Look he's actually on it. As I don't know if this mini game is going to kind of be hard to get used to. I think it looks pretty sweet. Online, I might worry about it just a little bit. As Dean gets thrown off, he hits AJ, kind of kicks him in the face. Look at AJ Styles' hair physics, first of all. He's looking pretty good. Climbing up the ladder. You see him try to hit him. He's punching him. As Dean is crawling, Seth is desperately trying to hold on to that briefcase, doesn't want to let go. I wonder if you can let go. That's kind of a big question that I want to ask. As he's tipping it over, AJ's got the briefcase. AJ's got the briefcase. And the electric chair on AJ Styles. And then up top, down goes Dean Ambrose. So down Ambrose went, which that is absolutely insane. So let me back it up a little bit here. And let me go into why I think this is kind of a big deal. Because first of all, look at the taunt. Look how awesome that taunt is. I'm pretty impressed with that taunt, if I'm being completely honest with you. They captured the mocap really well, how he's kind of spinning around and doing his thing. And I will tell you this, as I really want to emphasize this, and thanks to XSplit for this video, I was able to put the webcam on while I'm still recording this video. Awesome. Drop kick to the back. Dean is still out. I want to see now gameplay of what it looks like when something devastating happens in the match. So if something big happens during the match and you get taken out, I want to see that gameplay, which I think you get to see a little bit of it. Big DDT on the outside. I don't think we saw any gameplay here with the ladder. Okay, so not much gameplay. But here, so Seth Rollins has been knocked out. They're in the ring right now. This must be right after something damaging happened. I don't know if he rolled out of the ring or what. Maybe somebody hit the Dirty Deeds. Maybe hit a phenomenal forearm. Who knows? But he's on the outside. You can see Dean grabbing the briefcase. Seth Rollins has got a little game going on over there. I don't know if that's button mashing. I'm not sure what that is. I haven't got a chance to check it out yet as they're fighting. And then there came a breakout animation. There came a little thing to break out. So it does look like when you're playing the game, If you time it right, you can break out and you can bust out. So it's a little bit more real. Now, if you're playing online or you're doing some stuff and you get taken down by big damage, you may not be a big fan of being laying down out there. If you like a more arcade game, me personally, this is the one feature I've requested since 15. A triple threat match where you kind of do your thing. So they're up top. He's got the briefcase. And then he's going to grab it. And this is where the minigame starts. So it looks like you have the minigame, which will be a button mash. Now, the submission system, you can choose between button mashing and then the wheel. I've gotten a lot better in the wheel in 2K16 now, so I actually really do like the wheel. In the background, you have a Seth Rollins fan sign, which that's pretty sweet. All right, let's keep it going just a little bit more. And I want to see this animation. So look at the punches. The ladder tips. Oh, I didn't get a chance to do it. As he gets thrown into the ladder. Big drop kick as the ladder has some good physics, but it stayed exactly where it was supposed to, which is pretty sweet. And then here he's pulling out the ladder. Now, some people have speculated about this spot, and I'll be honest with you, man. I love this spot. I love the fact that you add in little additions that make the game better. Like when the ring break was announced, I loved it. When the superplexes were announced, I loved it. When you can do the OMG moments was great. Some may have a problem with the fact that the ladder spot's only one spot. I don't. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I love it. Keep it going. And here you have him running to the top because that's big. There's different points in the matches where even if you're getting beat up, you can run up. Look at the health. So they showed him with a green health bar. AJ Styles has pretty much been taken out. So it looks like you can run up the ladder fast at the start of a match, obviously, if you have a green bar. And if you don't, it's going to be a little slower as he's just wrenching on him. I wonder if they added new finishers on top of a ladder. I'm really curious about that as he gets kicked as he's falling down. It's going to make the ladder a lot better where guys, so when you're going in the ring and people are bumping in, you're not going to bump them off the ladder now. Hopefully it makes for more exciting matches, more realistic matches, I should say, unlike the ones where the ladder's constantly just falling over and you're getting ticked at yourself because just let me grab the briefcase, at least for Sims games in single player for me, as it goes down. And then the electric chair. I don't know if you can turn that off. I will say this. I don't know if I'm a huge fan of that. As you see an OMG moment, he's going to go for it. He's going to swing him off the top of the ladder, and boom, down it goes. So that just happened. I do want to say this as they're getting started, and it's right back at the beginning. The targeting. I don't know if I'm a fan of the names constantly popping up. I do like the fact that it makes it simpler to tell who you're looking at. That is a great addition. I didn't even think of that. Maybe you guys did, or maybe that's something you guys suggested. But that's kind of cool, being able to kind of pick who you're looking at and really see right there. You're able to focus on instantly on who he's actually looking at. So, guys, I'm loving this. I'd really love to know what your thoughts are on this game. Let me know if this is something that's going to make you buy it now that you've seen the Backstage gameplay. You've seen some of the other stuff. I'm really excited. I am really excited. And I'm going to go back to this really quick. The beat-up John Cena simulator in WWE 2K17. You had Roman Reigns in the background. Oh, wait a minute. I want to show one last thing because I did miss it. So it looks like the interview people can kind of run away as you see the security guard sees him getting beat up. John Cena falls backwards. And he hit him on the same the box that Brock hit him on, too, was hit on. And he didn't wobble. He just kind of fell backwards. So there's new animations. That's where he goes running away after a pin count. And then in the back, there is Finn Balor. So Finn's in there, and it looks like it's going to be a great time. So that'll pretty much wrap it up, guys. I want to know what you think in the comment section below. Hashtag beat up John Cena Simulator 2K17. Until next time, guys, I'm excited. I cannot wait to play 2K17.